Yeah,
Or
good game. Good
good
game.
games, good games. Virtual handshakes and all that. All right, let's talk soccer. Um, Definitely not better than tennis. I mean, this game definitely does show its age, but I think it handled it a lot better. I think my only gripe about it was like sometimes it's very difficult to know which player you wanted to take control of as you're going through because sometimes it was literally based on like the numbers you said. Once you get the hang of it, it's a little easier to pass between players and whatnot. But yeah, I would say I don't know if I would say it completely holds up today, but it holds up a lot better than tennis does. It's like as far as a soccer game. What are you thinking?
So I think it holds up pretty well. You do have to get through the figuring out your player, and
Mm-hmm.
that can cause you to really struggle on something like trying to get a breakaway. Um, I mean, I think there's something to be said. Like the new FIFA games a lot of those are really fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
and they've added things like player skill ratings and all these other features and modes. But the bare bones game of soccer is really the same,
Mm-hmm.
and this one just has like a kind of playground feel aesthetic where everyone's equally terrible, and
Yeah.
it's more of a show of skill and being able to learn and repeat those things. You can against the computer, you can cheese them pretty hard on scoring goals really easily, but when you're playing against a human being, it's a lot different. So
Yeah.
I think this one actually holds up really well, and I would play this with somebody who wanted to play it locally or online.
Yeah, for sure. Like on that regard, like again, because this game actually does have the competition aspect to it, it holds up pretty well on that regard for sure. Because you can actually play against someone, and that's something I really like. And again, other soccer games like really do iterate on this title. But I think for a game that you have available for free, if you want to just play like a soccer game, it's not bad. It isn't bad. If you really enjoy soccer, you just want a little game that you can play on your soccer's greater than FIFA Fight Me. Ho! Big words, big words. I think that should be like a quote that we put like on the on the website. Soccer's greater than for FIFA. I wonder how many people would get upset by that.
I hope many. Like I said, FIFA is a wonderful sports game. Out of the annualized series,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people will say that, other than maybe this year, that usually the NBA games are kind of the standard. But I really think that FIFA has done a really good job, and I've enjoyed the FIFA launches. I think more so than the Madden football launches or NBA. I think they've got a really good product.
For sure, and FIFA does let's be clear, FIFA does like really well because its sales in America are fine, but it's the fact that because soccer is played everywhere in the world, and that's something I think a lot of Americans in particular forget about because a lot of people just really don't think about how popular sports are in like other countries. Like everyone is like there's a lot of Americans who assume that football, like American football, is the most popular sport in the world, and it's super not. Americans love their football, but like soccer is like the most popular sport in the world in terms of like volume of like countries that play it. I mean that's why we have the soccer World Cup and all that stuff, right? But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, soccer it's fun. So I guess the final word on soccer is that it's a perfectly fun game to like get together with a friend and play, and I think it holds up pretty well actually as far as the sports games go. Now that being said, this is the second sports game. Let's go